Austrian Stocks in English. Listen, this welcome to Austrian Stocks in English, presented by Palfinger, the English-spoken weekly summary for the Austrian stock market, positioned every Sunday in the mostly German-languaged podcast Audio CD Indie-Podcasts, Wiener Börse, Sport, Musik und mehr. My name is Christian, I am the host of this podcast, and I will be later on joined by the absolutely smart Alison. The following script is based on our 21st Austria Weekly, and in week 13 we saw a fine comeback week for ATX T, which gained 6.43%. This turns the year-to-date performance from minus 3% last week to plus 3% now at the end of the first quarter 2023. Immofinanz shares went nearly 20% up. News came from Agrana, Austriacard, Pira Mobility, Contron, FACC, POR, Immofinanz, Wienerberger, S-Immo and AMS Osram. And these news are written now by absolutely smart Alison. Spoken now is the right word. Sorry, Alison.
Thank you, Christian, for calling me absolutely smart. And these were the news of week 13. Monday, Agrana, the fruit, starch and sugar group Agrana reports a provisional, unaudited operating profit for the financial year 2022-2023 of €158 million, which is therefore significantly higher than the company's own guidance, up to plus 50% compared to prior year's profit of €86.5 million. Group revenue will amount to €3.6 billion, 2021.22, €2.9 billion. The company's management board currently forecasts a very significant improvement in EBIT during the ongoing 2023.24 financial year, more than plus 50%. The assumption is that consolidated revenue will increase significantly, by more than plus 10% and up to plus 50%. Key uncertainties, however, remain the war in Ukraine and its consequences, the company stated. Agrana, weekly performance, 5.83%. Austriacard Holdings, B2B provider of secure data, smart cards and payment solutions, announced the appointment of Dimitris Tselopis as the new Executive Director for Capital Markets, M&A and Investor Relations. Dimitris Tselopis has more than 25 years of experience in the telecoms, media, banking and investment sectors, having worked with companies such as Nova Group, Ex-Fortinet, Oat Group, Alpha Bank, NBG, Merrill Lynch and P&G. Tuesday, Pira Mobility, the Pira Mobility Group, with brands like KTM, Husqvarna, GasGas etc. increased its consolidated sales by 19.4% to a new record of €2,437 million, previous year, €2,042 million, in the 2022 financial year despite severe supply chain challenges, with 268,575 KTM motorcycles, 75,266 Husqvarna motorcycles and 31,651 GasGas motorcycles sold in the 2022 financial year, a sales volume of 375,492 motorcycles, 2021, 332,881 units, was achieved. The operating result, EBIT, improved by about 22% to €235 million, previous year, €193 million, which corresponds to an EBIT margin of 9.7%. The operating result before depreciation and amortization, EBITDA, of €381 million is approximately €50 million more than in the previous year. The EBITDA margin amounts to 15.6%. As already reported, the Executive Board, in agreement with the main shareholder Pira Bajaj AG, will propose to the Supervisory Board in the annual general meeting a dividend of €2 per dividend-bearing share for the 2022 financial year on the basis of the record result achieved, which will lead to a doubling of the previous year's dividend. Pira Mobility, weekly performance, 0.00%. Wednesday, FACC, in the year 2022, aerospace supplier FACC AG could increase its turnover by 22% to €607 million. On the one hand, this strong growth is due to an increase in production rates in the short and medium haul segment as well as the field of business jets, and on the other hand, it can be ascribed to a significant increase in development services for international customers. In 2022, an operating EBIT of 5.5 million euros was achieved. The economic environment was challenging, especially because of the war in Ukraine and the consequential supplier chain difficulties as well as the significant rise in inflation. Due to the worldwide recovery of air traffic and numerous new orders, the management of FACC AG expects a continuation of the consistent growth course in the business year 2023. The most important aspect is ensuring an organic growth of the existing projects as well as gaining new orders in the car business and in the space sector. Over the next 18 months, the workforce is intended to be further expanded by another 600 employees. FACC, weekly performance, 5.08%. Kontron, IT company Kontron AG has published the results of a successful business year of the technology group in 2022, a pivotal year in the history of Kontron. The strategic realignment and focus on the Internet of Things, IT segment is reflected in the tech firm's figures. Revenue totaled €1,483.50 million in 2022, which was 10.6% higher than the previous year. 2021, €1,342 million. Of this, €1,096.10 million was generated by continuing operations and €387.4 million by the divested IT service companies. Ontran managed to increase his net profit to €232.5 million in the 2022 business year, whereby the operating business before special effects was responsible for €55.5 million from continuing operations and around €26.3 million from the divested companies. The profit from the sale of IT services and other special effects totaled an additional €150.7 million. To compare, net profit stood at €29.8 million in 2021, from continuing operations, and €18.5 million from divested activities, thereby totaling €48.3 million. Hannes Niederhauser, CEO of Kontron AG. In future we will focus more on enhancing profitability as well as on reducing low-margin turnover. For 2023 we assume organic revenue growth of around 10% to €1,200 million. Net profit should be significantly stronger, rising to €66 million. Kontron, weekly performance, 7.18%. Thursday poor, with a strong backlog of over €8.2 billion. The construction company POR starts the new business year 2023 with confidence. Group revenue reached €5,786 plus 1.19%. In the 2022 business year, POR was able to increase its production output to €6,226, with growth of 8.7%. Earnings before taxes, EBIT rose by a hefty 28.9% to €110.0 million and were also significantly above the pre-crisis level of 2019. On the basis of the full order books, the Executive Board expects output in 2023 to at least match the level of the previous year along with a further improvement in earnings. The assessment of how the business will perform is based on the current goals in the individual segments as well as the opportunities and risks arising in the respective markets. Both the geopolitical situation and the situation regarding energy supply have stabilized recently. However, should these issues intensify again, this could have a negative impact on POR and its business activities. Any assessment of economic development is therefore subject to forecasting risks. POR, weekly performance, 4.01%. Wienerberger, rating agency Moody's raises Wienerberger to investment grade rating. The upgrade of the rating to investment grade Baa3 reflects Wienerberger's strong performance in recent years and underlines the successful transformation into a comprehensive supplier of ecological and smart solutions for renovation, new builds and infrastructure management. The rating agency also anticipates Wienerberger to continue to focus its organic and inorganic growth on robust end markets, thereby reducing the cyclicality of its business profile. Wienerberger, weekly performance, 6.30%. SMO, robust operating figures and a significant increase in rental income with record EBITDA and gross profit demonstrate the stability of SMO's business model in a highly volatile macroeconomic environment. Rental income for the 2022 financial year amounted to €155.7 million, 2021, €131.3 million, around 19% higher than the previous year's level. After several years of high valuation gains, the property valuation result was negative at €78.4 million, 2021, 198.7 million euros. Consolidated net income declined substantially year-on-year to 18.9 million euros as a result of the non-cash property valuation effects. 2021, 230.6 million euros. Against the backdrop of a crisis-ridden market environment that makes forecasts difficult, S IMMO is concentrating on its core business and working intensively to optimize its portfolio and its structures. The focus will remain on disposals in Germany and the acquisition of further profitable and high-quality office properties in Austria and C. S IMMO, weekly performance, 2.63%. Amsosram, leader in optical solutions, announces that Rainer Erl has been appointed as CFO of Amsosram as of July 1, 2023. Rainer Erl, 53, has been CFO of Siltronic AG, one of the world's largest manufacturers of hyperpure silicon wafers for the semiconductor industry, since 2013. Ingo Bank, CFO of Amsosram, will leave the company at the end of April. In the interim, the newly appointed CEO Aldo Kumper, who will join the company as of April 1, 2023, will act as CFO of Amsosram. AMS, weekly performance, 10.56%. Friday. Immofinanz Group delivered very good operating performance in 2022 in spite of the challenging environment. Sustainable FFO1 from the standing investment business rose by 21.7%. Rental income increased by 5.4% to 300.2 million euros and the results of asset management by 7.2% to 226.1 million euros. The group also has a very solid capital base with an equity ratio of 47.9% and conservative debt with a net LTV of 40.7%. The strong operating performance was, however, contrasted by the negative effect on valuation results caused by current market trends. Results from the valuation of standing investments therefore amounted to euros -110.5 million. This was contrasted by a positive net effect of 55.6 million euros from the initial full consolidation of S IMMO following an increase in the investment to 50% plus one share. In total, Immofinanz generated net profit of 142.0 million euros. The executive board and the supervisory board of the company will ask the annual general meeting to waive the dividend for the 2022 financial year and use the funds to strengthen the balance sheet. Immofinanz, weekly performance, 19.28%. And now bye-bye from Alison
and Christian. We wish you a great week. Hear you next Sunday.